when it comes to traveling, you just need a place of where you can actually go to. Because for example, the places that I've traveled to, which is actually my favorite, was France. Because in Paris, they had these good hotels. And because of the good hotel, that's why I really liked it. And in Paris, you know the Eiffel Tower. And then the service, they have good food, they have late night television. Some people enjoy traveling to different places just to at least explore things, to learn new things. But then some people, they just enjoy being inside and being cozy. And none of those things are wrong, but you just need to make sure that if you're someone that likes to be inside, that you don't force people to be inside. But then someone that's outside, you don't want to force people to go outside because they won't enjoy it as much as you. When it comes to enjoying a place that you go to, the thing is, you don't always enjoy the place, you enjoy the people that you get to go with. And that's what I wanted to bring to your attention. You realize that you can have conversations, you get to learn from other people. And that's really the great thing about traveling. And that's really my thoughts about being outside and to actually have the thought of leaving your hometown. Because I want you to at least visit different places. Like for me, I don't even know a place of where I would want to go to abroad. I've been to Nigeria once and I've been to Uganda once. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I'm half Nigerian and half Ugandan, for those of you that didn't know. That could be the same thing for you, where you're like born in London, but then your relatives, they're from like somewhere else. And I wanted to bring this to your attention because if you're going to like leave your hometown and you have the thoughts of leaving your hometown, you realize that the only areas that you may know is your hometown of where you live now and where you're actually from. So that's why when people say where are places that people travel to, people say that they just go back to where they're from, where like their parents are from, where their friends are from. But that's why if you don't have a place of where you want to go to, which is abroad, and I'm being specific because I'm talking about myself here, but it could be relatable to you as well, because you may live in the same area for so long that you're so used to it. And when you're traveling as well, you're trying to learn new things, you're trying to meet new people, you're trying to even get yourself out of your comfort zone as well. And the reason why I am talking about my thoughts about leaving my hometown is because you may have these thoughts of leaving your hometown, but you just don't know where to go. You may not have anywhere that you want to go to abroad. And that's okay, like at least for now, it could be okay. But then later on you change your mind that you want to go to all these places. But even right now as well, I don't know where else I would actually want to go to. But I'm saying this as well because you can explore different areas like within the UK. And that's because I'm from the UK. I'm going to say that I can't control everything in this video. If you hear any background noise, just know that it's just me and people around me as well. And I wanted to say, for example, if you're in the UK, like me, you can explore other areas within the UK because you at least know the language, you know the culture. And also as well, you feel like as well that if you're in different areas of the UK, you realize that everyone acts differently and everyone speaks differently as well. I think what I was trying to say before is that you shouldn't judge an area until you've actually been there. And you don't have to go to every single area. And you just need to be mindful that areas need to be safe first as well. Like your safety comes first. And you make sure that you at least learn new information, you speak to new people. And even if you're in your hometown as well, you realize that you can go with other people as well. You don't always have to do these things by yourself, where you're traveling by yourself, until it gets to a point where you have to, because everyone that you meet is always so busy as well. The reason why I mentioned Paris in France earlier is because I did like to see the Eiffel Tower in person. And you may hear all these places that you haven't really been to, but then also as well, if you were to like be able to do it, I do recommend to at least do it once if you are financially able to do it. I think the reason why people don't travel as much is because it really comes down to finances. And it could be anything else where you have a fear of traveling because you may have a fear of traveling because where you are now, you don't want to get out of your comfort zone and see something new, because it's like the fear of the unknown, because you don't know what to really expect. And that's really the same thing for me as well, because I had a fear of the unknown because you don't know what to expect. And it's always good to meet new people as well, because when you meet new people that are in different areas, they can actually tell you from their perspective of what it's like. And sometimes you just need to learn from other people's mistakes so that you don't make those mistakes. But then if you also travel to somewhere new, you realize that it gets you out of your comfort zone, you speak to new people, but then also you need to make those mistakes as well so that you don't repeat them. when it comes to traveling, you may not know the language, you may forget something, and then also as well, you realize that traveling can be stressful and you may not know how to handle stress. And that's why if you were to be organized and you just do things ahead, you realize that traveling is not overwhelming or stressful, but it really depends on how far you're going and really how much you're spending. And I know I could say this in this video about the financial side of it, but I haven't been to like too many places. If you're a person that's been to many places and you know how to travel from point A to point B, I do advise you to comment down below so that you can help me and help other people. I wanted to say, when it comes to my videos, I normally give people advice and then I tell them my life story as well. But then also as well, I want to get to know you guys as well. You should take advantage of the opportunities that you have to meet new people, whether it's in person or on social media. But the things that I'm saying in this video does apply to moving out as well, because you shouldn't feel the pressure of moving out. But then you have to realize that if you have a plan, you realize that if you do things according to your plan, that other people are more likely to help you because you have a plan in place. And that's why if you have no plan and you have no direction, it's really hard for you to actually travel to the places of where you want to go to. You know, for example, when you're in your hometown, that's because you find a place that you feel like you're at home, like you're around the people you love, you feel like you're home. But then also as well, I'm just going to say this. Let's say, for example, you're always traveling. You realize that sometimes it can be really hard to call a place home because you're always like traveling so far away. And that's why long distance relationships don't really work, because I feel like communication is so important. And because sometimes people are like traveling so much, you realize that that distance, it can really create a barrier or like an obstacle. The more distance that you are away from your partner, the more effort you have to put in for your communication. Because when it comes to really your distance, you have to realize that the more distance that you are away from someone, the trust needs to be built, because trust can be built, but it can also be broken. The more that you do things from the way that you know, you realize it's harder for you to grow. When it comes to new experiences, you realize that you learn new things as well. And that's one thing that I do love about traveling, because you can have conversations with new people, you get to look at things in a new way. And the things that you don't appreciate now, you'll start to appreciate it when you're traveling. This video, if you didn't hear before, is just about my thoughts about leaving your hometown. But then also as well, when it comes to traveling, it's based on the 5 W's of who are you going with, why are you traveling, what are you actually doing, where are you actually going, and when are you actually traveling. I'm going to say this before I end the video. The reason why I said going to Paris is my favorite place right now is because of the hotel experience and the Eiffel Tower. But then if I was to go back, it could change. But a close second was by going to Uganda. And that's really my second choice, because I had a safari, I was able to eat in the car. And for those of you that drive in cars, you don't want people to eat in your cars, and I do get that, just so it can be clean, because then you're like vacuuming inside the cars. But yeah, let me continue and not digress. I wanted to say this before I go. It is okay to change your mind, but you don't want to be closed-minded that you're not open to new experiences. So that's all I really wanted to say, that when it comes to traveling, it's like adrenaline, because you're always looking for a new experience. And then you always need to realize that you just need to enjoy the moment, you need to appreciate the people and the area for what it is. And then also as well, you need to realize that you are abandoning your hometown for a little while, but then that's why you need to visit new areas to see if it's the right fit for you.